Good day. It is July the 27th. Today we continue in Ezra 8, doing verses 24 through 27, and Proverbs 27. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. It's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Begin Ezra 8, starting at verse 24. And I separated 12 of the leaders of the priests, Shebiah and Hashabiah, and 10 of their brethren with them. 25. And weighed out to them the silver, the gold, the articles, the offerings for the house of our Elohim, which the king and his counselors and his princes and all Israel who were present had offered. 26. I weighed into their hands 650 talents of silver articles weighing 100 talents and 100 talents of gold. 27. 20 gold basins worth 1,000 drachmas, and 2 vessels of fine polished bronzes as precious as gold. So they got all the offerings together. Now they're going to count them, basically. 24. And I separated 12 of the leading priests, Shebiah, Hashabiah, and 10 of their brethren with them. So you get 12. Basically, it's hard to interpret this. They go many ways, but the way that's most favored is to get 12 priests and 12 Levites. Pretty much like that. But it could also be just 12 priests with Shebiah and Hashabiah, the chief of those 12. "25. And weighed out to them the silver, the gold, the articles, the offering for the house of our Elohim, which the king and his counselors and his princes and all Israel who were present had offered." They're doing all this openly in front of the whole congregation or everyone was present. No secret counting, no embezzling or anything like that. 26. I weighed into their hands 650 talents of silver, silver articles weighing 100 talents, and 100 talents of gold. And verse 27. 20 gold basins worth 1,000 drachmas, and 2 vessels of fine polished bronze, precious as gold. So the total is over $1 million worth in today's money. That gets around 1.3 million. That's just under. They put it in pounds, which is between about 950,000 pounds sterling. So there was a lot, and they did it all openly. Proverbs 27. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not a day will bring forth. Yeah, don't say you're going to do anything tomorrow, because you don't even know you can't even guarantee your next breath. 2. Let another man praise thee, and not thy own mouth, a stranger, and not thy own lips. Don't brag on yourself. If you got something, then other people will mention it. 3. A stone is heavy and sand weighty, but a fool's vexation is heavier than they both. 4. Wrath is cruel and anger overwhelming, but whoso stand before jealousy. 5. Better is an open rebuke than love that is hidden. Hidden love is pretty much worthless, because they don't know you love them, and it's better to say, look, you're wrong, than to say, I love you. Not say I love you, I should say. Be open. That's why at the end of every one I say, remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. And I do, and I love you all. 6. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are importunate. Those are like the Judas kisses. They're supposed to be, they look friendly, but they're really betrayal. 7. The full soul loatheth the honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet. When you're full, nothing looks good. When you're Starving, everything looks good. 8. As a bird that wandereth from her nest, so is a man that wandereth from his place. 9. Ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so doth the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. Good counsel brings joy. 10. Thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake not. Neither go into thy brother's home in the day of calamity. Better is a neighbor that is near than a brother far off. 11. My son, be wise and make my heart glad, that may answer him that taunteth me. Yeah, do good things, and then when the neighbor says, hey, look what your son's worthless. No, he's not. 12. A prudent man seeth evil and hideth himself, but the thoughtless pass on and are punished. Yeah, thoughtless keep on going, oh. Prudent man says, I'm getting out of this way. 13. Take his garments that is surety for a stranger, and hold him in pledge that is surety for an alien woman. 14. He that blesses his friend with a loud voice, rising early in the morning, should become a curse to him, because he's bragging and flattering and annoying. 15. A continual dropping on a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike. He that would hide her hideth the wind, and the ointment of his right hand betrayeth itself. Yeah, you can't hide stuff like that. 17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. 18. Whoso keepeth the fig tree shall eat the fruit thereof, and he that waiteth on his master shall be honored. You do the work, you get the reward. 19. As in water, faith answereth faith, so the heart of a man to man. As you see your face in water, so you see yourself in the heart of a man. 20. The netherworld and destruction are never satiated, so the eyes of a man are never satiated. Yeah, they can't get enough. 21. The refining pot for silver and the furnace for gold, and a man is tried by his praise. Yeah, when you're being praised a lot, it can go to your head. Don't let it. 22. So thou brayest a fool in a mortar with a pestle among growths, yet not with foolishness depart from him. Yeah, it won't. 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds, for riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure unto all generations. Know what you have, what the state is, and what's going on with your things. 25. When the hay is mown and the tender grass showeth itself, and the herbs of the mountains are gathered in, the lambs will be for thy clothing, and the goats the price for a field. 27. And there will be goat's milk enough for thy food, and for the food of the household, and maintenance of thy maintenance. You do all your work. When payday comes, you'll have enough for everything. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.